Welcome back to the channel. It's Warhammer Man Studios, and I am, of course, Warhammer Man. And after our last little episode there, I'm sure you were expecting me probably to come back with something crazy after I cut out. And although I was contemplating cutting up some of the Zone Mortalis tiles, I went a different direction with it. I went ahead and just started building the Underhive equivalent of the Tower of Babel. So I just started slapping it together, and I didn't spend a ton of time like going detailed with it or anything. I was more just sort of going for big and tall. I wanted to do like a bunch of levels and see what it would be like if it was like a solid building, basically, like multi-story Underhive. Um, so obviously we have the ground floor, and then if you want to call it first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, and then there is actually like a fifth floor would be the equivalent of like the top deck. Quite a few stairs there, and they are all linked up together. It did help having everything magnetized, just like randomly it all just like slapped together. I did the 3-story lift, and there is like a walkway going across there too. So that was pretty cool. It was just interesting to kind of see how it all panned out. Kind of going for height and throwing like a couple of the alchemite stacks kind of in there. I didn't mess with like any of the thermic plasma conduits or anything like that. I literally just slapped it together and just started building it up tall, and just kind of figured I would go from there. Let me see if I can mess with this kind of reflection. Not sure what the deal is. It's kind of better. There we go. But yeah, so basically, like I didn't put any accessories on it. I have the mat down, and it's technically only like 2 tiles. The elevator's like technically not actually on the thing. So really, you could build this like with a 3-tile footprint, like an L shape. Or you could like just move the elevator to like the back area over there, and essentially this is just like 2 tiles but super tall. But yeah, I mean the equivalence. I mean it's just insane that this is even an option. I think is awesome. Uh, I basically like completely blocked out the first 2 floors of it, and then like the third floor is just completely open pillars. Fourth floor is completely open pillars, and then fifth floor is just like a half floor. Um, Only because I ran out of the pillars, and then because I wanted to do like the lift right there and everything. But you could easily mix it up. I mean, you could do a ton with honestly with 2 kits of these. I still have a pile of pieces right now. With 2 kits of these, you can pretty much do anything you want to do, within reason. Because like the busier your board is, like the smaller of a footprint it's gonna have, and you have to look at it like this: as if you're gonna do a board like this that's more than I think 3 levels, you know, unless it's mounted kind of at eye level and you're using like movement sticks or something like that, I think realistically, if you're going 3 levels or more high, you need to close off like the bottom couple levels. Because you're not going to be able to get in and out of like all those levels and try to measure and move and interact. So like you could pretty much like interact around like a 360-degree like building how this is, like around the whole entire building. Like you could interact around the whole thing. That's fine on the bottom couple levels outside. But then like this third level, see, you can't see it I think because it's lifting. Right, let me move this guy. Let's see what happens. So if we move that guy over there, you may be able to see now a little better. Oh, okay, you know what? I forgot the light was on the back of that tower. So you can actually see now that that's like completely open. The bottom floor is not. The bottom floor is closed off. Second floor is closed off, or ground floor, first floor, however you want to do it. And then third floor is completely open through there, and then fourth floor is completely open, and then there's a platform up on top that you can't quite see, and then Yeah, so I mean, you can get a pretty freaking nice setup out of, out of what you get in this box. And I'm just kind of like sticking this random one wherever. It's not meant to it's meant to be placed like certain way, obviously. And this is not the correct certain way. But like you could do a lot with this set. I mean, it's pretty amazing. You have to be happy with it if you bought it, and if you didn't buy it, I mean, there's not a lot of excuses. I don't know what you're waiting for, honestly. I mean, maybe just payday, in which case I don't blame you at all. But I mean, it's a phenomenal set. I couldn't be more happy with it. I can't even honestly like when I just look at like the old terrain, it just seems like so plain in comparison to this now. And it's not even like this has like been around for years or anything. Like it's a couple like it's a few weeks old basically, and it's completely just changed the game. I mean, just to be able to play on something like this that I literally built this in like 15 minutes. Not counting obviously modifying the tiles and everything. But now if I was just to go and play this and build it again, I could do it in 15 minutes. And another cool thing too is observation basically I'm gonna share with you guys is um, essentially when I place the top pieces on the bottom of the tile and I glue them on there, they're obviously like permanently fixed on there with glue or cement or whatever you use. But essentially, if you do 4 of them like that, they're all just like that exact height off of the table. So then, like the way they're spaced out and everything, they're pretty stable. So although it's not ideal, to have them, if you were doing a one-dimensional board and you weren't going to have multiple stack, you could easily lay them and have them be, the ground floor, and they just elevate the entire board a little bit. The only thing is that like the outside ring tile, like the tile that's on the outside of them, if somebody was to like lean on it or put a bunch of pressure or something like that, like on this area basically in between like the edge of the tile and the outside like column or whatever, it could potentially like push something over, knock something over. But again, unless you do it to every single tile you own, which you're not going to do, you should have, if you're not going multiple height tiles, you should have plenty of other ones to go on the ground level. But essentially, this is right here, two sets of the Zone Mortalis tiles. Oh, it's not even. I'm sorry. I still have 2 tiles over here that aren't even set up right now. So this is 3, 4, 5. This is 6 tiles right now set up. So if you had 2 sets of the Zone Mortalis tiles, you would basically have, that would be your 8 tile setup, and you'd be complete. And right here is like 6 displayed. So if you just put like one more tile right here and one more tile right here, that'd be your setup. You'd have like the footprint still of 24 by 24, 2 by 2. You would have that footprint still, but you would obviously have like this massive building, and then you put your other 2 tiles here, and you could definitely like maybe take the top level like off and just leave like the big platform here, but take off like these. I have like basically just it's all magnetized. I'm only using one hand. I don't want to rip it off. But you could basically just take, this is just a bunch of magnetized junk that I was just, like I said, seeing how tall I could get it. But you would essentially just like build onto whatever down here with it. Whatever route you're going to go. Maybe just make this 2 floors. And then you could maybe leave this guy here. There's like countless options you could do with this set, and it is honestly like pretty freaking awesome. Mad props to GW on what they did here. And again, that's not even like technically like properly set up there or whatever, but you're basically just at this point in time, I mean, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. You can definitely do it. This kit's amazing. I definitely highly recommend it. You will, obviously figure some things out along the way too that maybe I didn't mention or no one else has been talking about, or just a cool little tip or trick or something like that. Or maybe you just want to show off your board. I would love to hear about what you're doing, what modifications or paint jobs, color schemes, I would love to just see whatever you're working on in the comments down below. Also, like, you know, if you have any cool like tips or tricks you discovered, or cool ways you could use like ladders or lifts or whatever, you know, I'd love to see it too. You know, the sky is the limit with this stuff, and honestly, it's absolutely amazing. I'm like blown away by this. I'm loving it. And obviously these lights too. I'm getting a huge kick out of these lights. They're awesome. And I miss Christmas time. I love all the bright lights and everything around Christmas. I get into the holidays, so you know, this is kind of like, that's my excuse anyway. After Christmas, if I didn't get rid of the lights yet, I don't know. You guys can start cracking down on me. So, but there we have it, guys. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and this is you know, essentially like part two of the I guess like just stacking Zone Mortalis to create like an Underhive building. I don't know. So, you know, I'm going to be working on painting up the set, and you know, working on the two teams as well, or gangs. My brother and I both will, actually, I should say. And then we're going to get this campaign off the ground. We're probably going to do like a couple little mini missions in the beginning just to kind of get the flow of the game going, and also to set the stage a little bit, because we will be doing like some narrative and you know, random little cameo cutscenes, etc., to try and build up like a little bit extra, um, you know, rather than just playing games and just killing each other. You know, part of the fun of the campaign obviously is to build up like the backstory, and you know, have like the old grudges, etc. So that's something we're gonna kind of be focusing on, and kind of working into the campaign. And then you know, obviously the way we change this board around today, I mean, who knows what's gonna happen? This campaign may, you know, go halfway on the initial board, and you know, halfway on something like this. We'll see. There's definitely some awesome possibilities, and I'm looking forward to it. I do appreciate all the support and everybody that's reached out so far. And you know, if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend you to subscribe. It costs you nothing. It helps us out a ton, and allows me to keep coming back and, you know, putting out regular content. I mean, we're literally like a week into this thing, and you know, we've gotten an amazing response. So you know, there's only more to come. It's only going to be getting better. We're going to be getting better together. Let's do it, guys. And also, the giveaway goes until Sunday night. So make sure that you comment, like, and subscribe on the 100 subscriber giveaway video. And you are eligible for that, even if you're already subscribed. You know, obviously, just make sure that you give that video a like, and leave a comment on the video as well. And you will be selected, or you'll be entered into the random selection on Sunday night for the free Sisters of Battle limited edition Canon S. So there we have it, guys. Thanks a lot. Hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Looking forward to getting this set painted up and back on the table, and getting some actual playtime in on these, as we have just been really getting a ton of enjoyment out of you know, building, modifying, and you know, a tiny bit of painting. But it's time to actually have some fun and roll some dice, and you know, kill some corpse grinders. Shh. My brother's in the other room. But you know, it's time to lay down the law with these Palanite enforcers, and have a little fun with these cool models. And honestly, those conversions have come out really nice so far, so I am really pumped to get them painted up as well. And you know, as I cleared off a couple of commissions, and you know, I got a couple other ones rolling in with the holidays coming up, I'm going to keep just grinding out the content, and you know, fresh models, fresh paint, you know, fresh tips, tricks, tutorials, and you know, just all around fresh content, guys. Not just getting on here and, you know, telling you how I feel about like the new releases coming out, or like what I'm mad about. I'm gonna get on here and you know, help to grow the hobby, and you know, take it to the next level, so we can all just enjoy it a little bit more. So there we have it, guys. Warhammer Man Studios. We're growing the Underhive. We're growing the channel. Everything is moving in the right direction, and I couldn't do it without you. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm signing off.